Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and record some commentary for my new PD for Psychonauts 2. I'm gonna try and explain some of the tech, some of the tricks, along with kind of like what I was thinking and how I was feeling during the
Keep
run.
up with him, Raz, and he'll lead you straight to his boss.
Probably gonna try not to like skip forward through it.
We'll try to head him off.
Be careful, darling.
Just because I don't know, it feels better to have it go in
Stay
like
close
real
to
time
him,
with the run.
Raz.
But don't freak him out.
So that means there's going to be some slow parts, and I don't
Act casual.
know what I'm
I am
going to do
acting
with it.
casual. What's that? I said I love
But
Casual Friday.
the start of the
Am I
run
right?
is pretty slow. The first
Don't lose
like
him,
2
Raz.
minutes or so. There's a save quit here as soon as you hit that save. Skip some dialogue from Lovato and Raz and lets you just
Are you
start running forward right
following
away.
me?
Yeah, this
You are
one
following.
was
Maintain pursuit.
feels like it's a long time coming because we were actually pretty close to getting sub 130 any percent
Why are
even
you
before we
taking
found
so
Propline way back in 2021.
long?
But then after Propline got found,
I don't
everyone
think
kind of
you
just like
understand the
stopped playing
gravity
without it.
of the situation.
Watch out!
And so I think for the last 4 years, the fastest run that didn't have Propline was my
No time for
131.08.
small talk, soldier. The enemy
And
is
so
on the move.
getting
But
the
we gotta
sub 130
corner
feels
this way. Quick,
Uh,
hurry. We can't let...
there was a little bit of tech there, just in terms of how you jump off those ledges. It's pretty minor. To save for a few seconds. But we're going to be getting into
Get
like,
with that too. That's a figment
kind
of
of
Lobato's
more
imagination.
techno parts of the
When
run
you
pretty
thought
soon
the
here.
big tooth was upsetting. Well,
That was... I did show the first time that there's like an actual religion on there was when I threw that tooth, the big tooth, I pressed dodge and jumped as I threw it, and that cancels the animation for it, the dodge,
Looks like some
and
sort
then
of
by
conference
jumping,
room in here.
you can keep all of the speed from that dodge.
I'm coming, Sasha.
thank you.
That's,
Sasha.
you only do that one time, but it's the same principle as movement that I'm going to be using a lot, which is side hopping, which is what I'm doing here. There, instead of canceling the animation with throwing on TK, you cancel it with the side block.
Good job, Rasputin.
And during that fight,
Oh, this is not good.
you're actually manipulating where the mobs spawn based on your positioning and where you're aiming the camera. So I'm trying to make sure that the sensors don't spawn up on top of that ledge, because it
Back in the rhombus
takes an extra like half second to kill them.
We had a moment, am I right?
And
We're not here to hurt you.
I
We just
kind of
want to know who
flubbed my
hired you
movement
to
here for a little bit.
kidnap Zanato.
Yeah, this Lovato's wasn't... I mean, the run obviously isn't perfect. Lovato's probably like a few seconds time save. A lot of it is just like small flubs of movement here and there. So I could skip that side pop. It would technically save like a second or two. But it adds a lot of safety to the run.
Does them all. Just tell us.
Especially to some of the late game where there's a lot of very challenging combat. And here we get another bit of movement tech, and that's fast floating. By holding the side blast button while you're using your float, you don't lose your horizontal speed like you normally would. So that lets you go pretty fast all across the run. That's one of the like core bits of movement tech.
Mia?
And here I'm
Where are
showing
you?
another one, which is lev hopping.
What was I supposed to
That's something that's kind of it's technically possible on any platform, but realistically it's PC exclusive because you need to be able to have 2 input devices.
I put the egg in.
In order to bind your controls in a specific way. So on keyboard, I have the slash button bound to both jump and levitate.
That picture really
So that way when I
captures my
press
startle.
the / on my keyboard, it frame perfectly presses them at the same time, basically. And that lets you, by doing that after a dodge, it lets you keep a huge amount of horizontal speed, and it also preserves your double jump, even though you're actually jumping from levitation where you normally wouldn't get a double jump. And so I have a controller with a pedal on the back that I use to I have bound to pressing slash on my keyboard, and that's
Time to see the world
how I
as
do
once
that.
again.
And so
I found you.
I'm able to use lev hops all over the
Oh,
place
no.
for significantly faster movement than I would normally be able to do. And see, now we're
We got it.
in
Right where we-
the Psychonauts headquarters. This is just kind of movement, running around, advancing some quests.
I'm really late to
One thing to
internal
note is I am
I better
intentionally
get to
trying to
class.
dodge any collectibles that I'm not going to be using, so
I've
I'm
got
not
enough credit to upgrade one
getting
of my side
psi cards or anything like that, because they the first time you collect one, there's a little like 1.5 seconds before it popped up. It's not a huge deal if you get it. There is one that's like right in your path that's kind of hard.
John Smith.
Like it's kind of easy to accidentally hit.
Everything okay
So
in
sometimes
here?
that happens, but you know, if you can save 2 seconds just by taking a very slightly different path, then go for it. So here, this is the mail sorting. You don't actually have to put the mail into the right spot. It just checks that you have sorted 11 pieces of mail. And so we kind of just throw them all into the
I'll
same
bet
spot.
those guys
But
took it.
also, if you psi blast the boxes, you can sometimes knock them into the
finally
place.
here. Let me know when you're prepared to
Depends on
learn
RNG, because where the boxes spawn is
When does class
RNG.
start?
Which
Yeah.
type of boxes that they are is RNG, and it's a lot easier to do with different types of boxes in different locations. Let's see, how is this classroom? I think this went pretty decent early on.
Not only is some
I was not paying
I know
as close of
some
attention as I probably should have at the start.
Well, what's this
And so I was pretty slow to skip that intro cutscene.
wait.
And that lost like
This was-
a second, but
Yeah.
not really a huge deal. So here I'm collecting the nuggets of wisdom. We need to hit certain level up thresholds. Right now I'm the only person that really collects that one during this
You should
fight,
try
Oh my God! Look at the size of that
because
kid's
I
head.
want to make
Get him
sure
to
I
radiology.
have
Stat.
enough for 2 upgrades of the levitation and 1 upgrade
You
of
saved another life,
telekinesis
Dr. Potts.
after this level.
Please, I was just doing my job.
The TK upgrade is
I heard
largely
the
for
technique
combat.
you used was developed by your intern,
It makes you
Hollis
throw
Forsyth.
Oh,
items
my
harder,
intern?
and so they
my.
do a
Yes,
little bit more
we
damage.
did collaborate on that.
It's fairly minor, but you're going to need it later anyways.
The patient
And
will
so
make a full
might as well get it
recovery,
early
Dr.
where
Potts.
it has a
All
little bit
thanks to you.
more impact on combat.
And your brilliant intern, Hollis
the
Forsyth.
levitation
Why,
upgrades are
yes. Well, she
a
has
lot
been
more
helpful
significant.
assistant.
So they, the first levitation upgrade kind of does nothing. It's,
This brain
well,
has made
no, actually, no, that's
amazing
not true.
progress.
I misremembered.
Another life saved
The first
by the
levitation
Forsyth.
upgrade is Wrecking Ball.
The
It's
HOTS
useful
method?
in specific
HOTS.
combats.
It was my
It makes you
invention.
deal
That in
damage
turn merely
when you run into
transcribed my dictation.
enemies
Oh,
with your levitation ball.
HOTS? In
As
fact,
long
I
as you're
was
going
thinking
fast
of
enough.
getting rid of her.
The damage it does is kind of is completely irrelevant.
Hey,
It's
I got half of mine.
absolutely nothing damage.
I got half of mine.
But it has a significant amount of knockback, and we use that in a few different places to knock enemies into void zones
I went to
or
school
water
for
where
medicine.
they'll just
How did I
instantly
end
die.
up stressing about money management all
So
day?
it saves a decent chunk of time on those fights.
Well, I just need to put those
But the
thoughts
second
aside
upgrade
and focus
is
on the
the
children.
important one.
Their safety is the
That's
most
Bouncy
important
Ball.
thing.
That's going to
And
be
it's
used for
not
movement
just because a lawsuit would
throughout the
bankrupt
run.
us right now.
So normally,
That
what Bouncy
casino
Ball
mission
does,
would be
like what
good
it is
experience for them.
actually
it's too
supposed to do,
risky.
is
What if I let them go and the worst
you hold
happens?
the on
Need
by
to focus.
Xbox controller.
Only
It's
one
the X button,
unfathomable fear at a time, Forsyth.
and it will charge up, and then once it's fully charged, you
if
can let go
Hollis
of the X button
associated
and
risk with
get
something
a
more
big
positive
vertical
than
jump,
death,
and that's
it would
useful
open her
in
up to so many more
a
missions.
couple places.
I mean,
But
life
mostly
experiences.
what you use is if you hold the button while you're in the air,
give me your wisdom.
it kind of prevents you from losing speed. It like significantly raises the speed cap of like where you would start to lose speed, versus just normal levitation. And so that lets you kind of maintain your speed over
can't go in
longer
that.
distances a lot better.
Alert. Weak psychic activity detected.
So that's kind of your movement anytime you're going in long straight lines would be we call it surfing because of kind of what the animation looks like for Raz.
Feels like I got a little more spring in my levitation.
And yeah, getting all of the
Agent Forsyth?
nuggets
I
of
don't like
wisdom
this one
in
bit.
Hollis's classroom lets us get both of those upgrades
No, you don't.
going
Or like a
into
general note in the existence.
Hot Street. And that's like there's part of the place where that first telekinesis upgrade matters is it increases the damage you deal to the big sensors by throwing the bomb at them. And there, I specifically waited until the enemy threw a bomb so that I could hold it for this last wave
Good
to
thing we're near a hospital.
speed up killing that big sensor a little bit.
New player, everybody.
And now I think I'm finally kind of caught up with explaining general tech
Come on, live, damn you, live!
and general movement. And so
Recovery! You did it, Dr. Potts.
Call me Jack.
that's a lot of stuff
Double or
to get through at the start of a run. Alright. The this is just like kind of an auto scroller. There is movement I'm doing here. It's dodge canceling. It's super minor. It's really only used like a couple times in the run. And in this, even in this section, it doesn't actually save time. It's just kind of
I don't
more
like the
fun
look
than
of these.
just running. It's
Yes, salvageable,
by
but the
dodging
rest-
and then pressing
Should we
the
fold?
attack button.
No, let's hold the
You're
eight
able
and the
to
queen,
start
and
another
we'll
dodge
hold
again
for the
instantly
insides.
instead of having to wait like another second for the dodge animation.
I'll just quickly
Uh,
pop in.
Now we get into class or Hot Street proper, which there's some interesting stuff here. So this level in a normal 90% run,
Winner with
like
every
this
Haven't hit the gazillion.
maternity
The
back
system
rooms,
is rigged.
is entirely skipped with the prop farm.
I know you're not supposed to say this.
And when I was relearning this run, I had completely forgotten about the strat that we used to do here, which is the damage boost off of this, off of that bomb. And so, like, going back and rewatching, like, old runs and remembering that that was a thing was really cool.
Then again,
Because I think it's a cool strat.
Okay.
And it's nice that in no prop flying, it's still actually good. And here is
Hi, can I play?
once
Hey, let's get this.
hey,
Careful in there.
there is still one more piece of like general attack, and that's this speedballing. So by holding the side blast button while you're on anything that Raz is like standing on and running, it speeds up the move speed of that
choice be? Maybe you
like
should quit while
massively,
you're actually
and it
able to
also
support an
gives you
only
a
win.
lot better air control.
Sounds like you've got a method. That
And
doesn't
just
sound like a smart
control
way
in
to
general.
make decisions to me.
And so anytime Raz is like on a rolling ball or something like that, I will be
lives instead of. I get.
that's the first time it happens, and it doesn't happen again for quite a while. So yeah, here is a good example of the left hop double jump. We'll get into more of those later in the run, that they happen a lot. So I do a left hop, and then I do a fast float, and then like as my float is about to run out, I let go of side blast and levitation, and then I can jump out of it. And there's other ways to do the double jump. You can use the cancel button to get off of the ball, and then
I'd like to join you.
That's weird. Most people use
and then just press jump,
Try again.
and that way you can do that before a fast float instead of
What if
after.
I raced?
But doing the fast float first, at least in my testing, seems to just kind of be better basically across the board. There's like one instance where I do it the other way, and it's just spacing of the jump makes that feel a little bit less
I'd like
awkward.
to make a bet. I gotta follow my.
What? Okay, that's the ladder.
So there,
Heart's content is moving up somehow.
we in Hollis's, we're just kind of trying to fix the mental connections that she's made because of what we did in classroom, where we connected her idea of risk is associated with money, and that makes her addicted to gambling, and so now we're trying to kind of rebalance things to be a little bit more
And
healthy.
it's Heart's content.
And we had to collect $3 bazillion, and that's what we were doing in each of those like side areas. Was each of them gives $1 bazillion.
Come on.
Hard. I am not used to this style of commentary. And then for the Lady Leptopus,
Looks like it's time.
at the start of every phase, I am immediately side blasting her, and that's to skip her dialogue, which gets her into her actual attack animation faster.
I had a cold.
And so I'm going to be like chain skipping her dialogue as much as I can. Yeah, just cycle through her attacks
graduate.
faster.
Degree.
We just have to wait until she throws bombs in order to actually get to her.
Yeah, okay.
So the other thing is
no.
jumping behind the tentacle
Clear. Or done.
in order to bait her to shoot the bombs
I am
directly
made
into
of
the
armored
tentacle
neon and dream.
instead of throwing it at
That
the ground, picking it up, and then throwing it at the tentacle itself. That just saves a few seconds. And also, like there, I was standing in a specific spot, like I was standing on the right side of the platform, like the pile of cards, to try and bait a specific attack. Well, I was trying to avoid a specific attack, really, on the cards. Because one of the options for her throwing cards takes a little bit longer. It's like an extra half second to a second.
Who put this here?
I also made a mistake when I was baiting the bomb, that last bomb. If I'm
Zip it.
not
And
careful
I
with my
forgot to mention
position,
it, Peter.
she
There doesn't seem to be any
throws
path
it
to the
and
North
hits herself
Tower.
instantly instead of hitting the tentacle, and so it doesn't do damage.
I got you,
And
Raz.
now
Just remember
we've got
everything I taught
whale
you
skip.
about rail grinding.
By doing some precise platforming, I'm able to get up onto the roof here, and then kind of run on an invisible wall for a second, and then fall into the trigger for the end of this like platforming section. And we get a great cutscene that is not skippable. So
Power! Sam, what are you?
Of
Oh no!
whale!
and I'm so glad the devs made that not skippable, because it is
Why
just
would Nick
a really good
Johnson-
cutscene.
Hey, what's back? You gotta be
And I'm
kidding
glad that
me.
we actually do have to watch it.
Holy.
Right. Then
Necromancy.
I'm trying to decide whether I want to talk about the story or not. Sure, I've got
Really bothered me.
some dead air
I should
here
go to
anyways.
Truman's office and talk to
So,
Lily about it. I know it's
we
only for a
Scanning
are
for
investigating
fingerprint.
because someone kidnapped the head of the Psychonauts, Truman Donato. And we're trying to figure out who, or, well, we know it was, shoot, what's his name? It was Lobato who did kidnap him, but we don't know who hired him, and we don't know what we don't
The
know
note I found at the
like
casino
how,
was really bothered.
because he was kidnapped from like within
And Sasha was all.
the Psychonauts headquarters.
Scanning access
So
granted.
they
No,
think
see
there's a
Agent
mole, and so we're
Forsyth
trying to figure out who the mole is.
Scanning for
And then
fingerprint.
the reason we went to that
Access
like casino
granted.
and hotel where we had the mission and we went into
Lily.
Hollis mind was because there was
Watch it, little guy.
a box shipped to Sonato that had a body in it, and the body didn't have a brain. So that was
Aha,
Nick
interesting.
John Smith.
Campfire.
And
this
Nick
one?
John Smith had a key
That's more like it.
to a room in the Lady Octopus casino. And we were trying to figure out why.
Auto mentality.
So we went to that room, and
That's right.
after
There
burning
were
the
7 stumps
painting,
of
we found a big area with a
Lucretia
bunch
Lux.
of conspiracy stuff.
Wonder why
that
she's not included in the
Had
Psychic 6.
a picture of Lily,
I mean, I
who
guess
is
because that would
Truman
make it the
Donato's
Psychic 7.
daughter.
But still, she must have been important.
And so now
or Ford wouldn't have
we
carved her.
talked to Zanato, and he gave us the quest to try and repair Ford's mom. Ford is a character from the first game. He's like a legendary psychonaut from the older generation,
There's a note to
but he
Ford.
has
Looks like it's from
his
Auto
mind is like
Mentalis.
completely
Quote,
broken.
I think it's time we add a
He
third
has
psychic to our
extreme
research.
split
Her
personalities,
name is Lucretia Mux. She's hoping to get
and
out
so
of
we're
Loaf.
trying to help
Her
him
husband was just
to
killed in
kind
the war.
of
I know you have concerns about hydraulic
confront
mining,
some of his
but
trauma
with Lucretia's
basically,
powerful hydrokinesis, we could wash the
to help him
Sentinel out
repair
of
his
these
mind.
caves in no time.
Right. And so, but yeah, this is around where, like, at this point, I'm 40 seconds ahead. I know I've got some time saves coming up. It's still too early to really be excited about a run.
That's one
But
agent.
I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I mean, 40 seconds ahead is never something
Two
that I'm going to
cords
be upset
down.
about.
Only one more to find before I can go back to Truman.
Scanning access
But
granted.
yeah, here we're just kind of finding all the places that Ford is at in the Psychonauts
That's the final
headquarters,
Time to debrief.
and we're gonna have to figure out how to get to them. Because right now all of those are, well, 2 of those are closed off to us, so we need to collect a way to actually get in. And we need crewman's help.
Please report to the front desk.
And now we get to leave the main Psychonauts agent or Psychonauts headquarters hub and go to explore more of the overworld. So we're going to the quarry now.
Ooh, fancy.
There's we need to go talk to Compton. Yeah, Compton Buell.
Hey, is your name Cirque?
Because he has something that we need to get into the
Agent
bowling
Buell?
alley.
Hi,
In order to
Agent Buell.
help
I need
Ford
a
in the
senior.
bowling alley.
Please let me borrow.
But in order
Okay,
to
I'm off to the Forgetful
get
Forest to find
Compton's
a
help,
for
we need
Agent
to go
Buell.
collect
This is a serious mission.
a bee for him.
Ow! Ooh.
And here is a cool movement section, and I'm just gonna let that speak for itself.
Careful, it gets pretty advanced up here. Not for little kids.
Crazy?
Yeah, that movement there get from the psycho-isolation dome to the questionable area here is really cool.
Looks like
It's just,
I think the
it is
entrance to the
satisfying to do
Forgetful
well.
Forest is somewhere here in the
Here I
questionable
club
area.
movement a little bit, but so surfing can be a
family's not
little
over
bit
there, Rasky.
unpredictable at
They're in the
times.
campgrounds.
Specifically when there's elevation changes, like when you're going from higher elevation to lower elevation.
I'm getting a strong psychic
because
sense that Lizzie and
you
Norma are sisters.
Don't
Sibling
always
detection.
just land
Looks like a
properly
great-
with
Oh.
levitation when you're going down like that.
Okay.
You can
Better get
bounce,
these bees
and
back
if that
to Compton
happens
so we can find his friend.
and you're not expecting it,
Go
it
check out
can
Nona
throw
Germany.
off spacing.
Every day
It
with
can
her
make
could
it
be our
harder
Lucy Mom
to
and the-
time jumps, and that's what
If
happened
there's
in
one
that
thing
area.
the Aquatos know how to do, it's
And
making
then here
themselves
is
at home.
another trick we're gonna use to complete a side quest. By hitting a snipe on that target at the top of the circus tent and taking the tram before the shot actually hits, you're able to skip a cutscene and
Agent Bull, would you mind if I
not get teleported away and still get the completion on it, which unlocks the air dash, which gives you a little bit of extra distance in the air. It's not like hugely useful. There's a few moments where I'm gonna make use of it. Mostly, it's actually useful in 2D sections, and also as like a safety option. It can help to bail out if I make a mistake.
Onion acquired. You won't be sorry.
Now we've got Compton's. We're just gonna be cooking for a little bit. All of the cooking is, particularly routed. This first one's very easy. There's only 2 ingredients. There's only 2 things I need
so
to do.
pretty, so wise.
Because I just have extra time waiting, I can grab that nugget of wisdom. It's not actually very important. I genuinely don't even know if we need it. But it doesn't cost any time to get, so might as well. There's only 2 more upgrades that we're going to be getting for the rest of the game. And they're much later. So, like, the upgrade points are free. It's really only in the early game where going out of your way to get them matters. So every time in between completing these dishes,
I'm not sure.
there's
We'll find out.
an ad, and that ad is a small fight.
Well, don't just...
But there's a couple of regular enemies that you kill after you kill them. Judge and a third regular enemy will spawn. So I'm using my camera there to control where the judge spawns, because I want it to spawn close to the edge of the arena so that I can use a wrecking ball to knock it off. And so that was pretty sloppy, but it's still much faster than killing that judge.
I wonder which ingredient he'll select first. You won't be disappointed.
Those judges take
Moving blades, razor
a
sharp.
long time to kill. They have a lot of health. So that was one of those moments that I was talking about earlier where wrecking ball is a very big one.
Jeff is now clear. Push the chopping.
And then here, it's like the routing is basically just make sure the thing that takes the longest is done as fast as possible.
Just don't forget to plate it.
So technically that would actually be the blender, but we do the boiler first, like we do the egg before the strawberry, because like even though the blender does technically take a little longer, it's only by a second or so, and it takes a lot longer to start the blender than it does to start the boiler, because you have to go over and hit the button. And so just getting the boiler started first saves me the suffering.
He's done it. All the ingredients are in.
Crow!
And now there's one more of those commercial fights. This time it's with regrets instead of sensors.
This is a court of...
Oh yeah, I didn't really talk much about enemy types.
No, we
So those enemies are called regrets. They weigh you down, so they are holding big heavy weights. So they die in one shot from anything, which is great. And also, if you shoot them and then you grab the weight that they were holding before it drops, you can throw it, and if you do it that way, it actually does a lot more damage than if you grab the weight while they're still.
This is weird.
Don't know why. It just does. And so in areas where damage matters, like against those judges it doesn't, because I'm just knocking it off the ledge anyways. But in areas where it does matter, you can get a lot of extra damage by shooting them and then grabbing the weight from them. It one-shots sensors and bad ideas, which are the little bad ideas are the little dogs that throw bombs at you. That's why the bombs are light bulbs. It's like it's having an idea, but the idea just tricks you. And then the judges are the other enemies in here. And they're kind of like our own self-judgment, is the idea. And for them, if you're fighting them normally, what you want to do is steal their gavel, throw it at them, and then light them on fire.
Well, Chef.
And that keeps them kind of stunned for a while. Here we've got the boss fight. This boss fight used to be incredibly frustrating.
Why is he picking up the wrong
Like, this boss fight was actually a not insignificant part of the reason why I stopped playing. All the way back in like early 2022. It was extremely RNG heavy, and you could lose a huge amount of time just based off not getting lucky. Double Fine has largely fixed that. So I'm looking for that attack from the Crawler Goat, where he's like spitting stuff out, because that's where you get the ingredients. He spawns 5 ingredients every time he does that attack. I'm looking for, you know, one specific ingredient, and before the patch, it was random which ingredients spawned. In the first and second dishes, it was fairly heavily weighted towards the ingredient you needed, and so you had a very high. It was basically impossible to not get the ingredient that you needed on those first and second dishes. But on the third dish, it was just pure, completely even chance of any ingredient with no weighting at all.
Perfect choice.
And so it was completely impossible and not even particularly unlikely to just not get the ingredient you needed in a cycle. And if that happened, you just lost like 10 seconds every time.
Please tell me this batch has the ingredient.
So that has been changed.
I'll take it from here.
Instead, now in the first dish, you are guaranteed to have 3 of the ingredients that spawn are the correct one that you need for that part of the dish. In the second dish, it's 2 of them, and in the last dish, 1 of the ingredients that spawns will always be the one that you need. And that makes it, like, RNG still does affect your time, but it's not that big. Instead of having the potential to lose, you know, a minute to bad RNG if you get unlucky like a few times in a row, you now have a maximum of about like 20 seconds you can lose to RNG over the course of the fight. There is still one issue. I don't remember if it happened. Yep, there it is.
Wrong ingredient.
So
This isn't what I need.
there is a chance
That's not
when you grab something, when you grab an ingredient, that it spawns below the pan, and when that happens, you can't actually get it, and like you cannot throw it into the chute. If that happens on the third dish, you can just, like, if it happens when you grab the correct ingredient for the third dish, you just don't. You have to wait another cycle. You have to wait for another cycle. I was also jumping off the pan anytime he does his attacks.
With this
That just ends the attack animation and starts the next one. And in general, I would do it. You would do it twice in a row. Like, you wait for the first attack to start, and then after the first, you jump off once, you can immediately jump off again and skip the next one. And then after that, you wait to make sure you're not skipping the attack that actually spawns. because he either does 2 or 3 attacks
You shouldn't be back here.
in between
It's not safe.
spawning food.
Also,
Hey, this one looks...
That is
probably been-
one thing that, you know, RNG can affect, but also
Our rain will trap.
doing 3 attacks versus 2 is like 2 seconds of time loss or something like that. It's not a huge deal. Alright. Coming up is 4th follow-ups. Like, at this point, I'm a minute ahead. I know I have a huge amount of time save on 4th
Would you mind
follow-ups,
if I
but I
jump?
also know this level is not my favorite. I struggle with this level. Like, this and Crawler's Correspondence are probably my worst 2 levels in the game in terms of like my ability to actually do the skips consistently. Like here, missed this, I think, what, 2 or 3 times missing this jump, which is pretty rough. Yeah. If you go too far right there, there's a big invisible wall. It is annoying. Yep, alright, get it on the 3rd try. And this is the only time we use this trick in the run. So, by hitting the, by like jumping with Pouncy Ball as you're falling off of a ledge, you get the height from Pouncy Ball and you get it a bunch of horizontal movement. And that's how you're able to get up to the top there. For some reason, I don't know why, I feel like
Wait a minute. You're not losing.
like, in order to get over that like cloud wall, you have to do a slam cancel, which I realize now I didn't mention earlier. It's just you ground slam and then you cancel it with float.
One piece of Fort's mind.
It gives you a little bit of extra height because the ground slam goes up before it starts going down. But for whatever reason, that specific slam cancel, I feel like for some reason, like the float gets dropped a lot, and I just ground slam straight into the
Here goes nothing.
the lightning one,
Oh, wow.
and I Straight City. Here's the next use of speedballing.
I'll bet it's up in that giant bowl.
It's very important on this level. I'm also,
Let's roll.
by doing that, those jumps, you skip a cutscene trigger, which is very important because I'm going to be using that cutscene trigger in a second here. But first, you have to hit this trigger. You have to hit the trigger of falling off there. If you don't, you cannot progress. That is just the required trigger. Now that we've hit it, we can just go straight to the end of the level.
Whoa.
But
Okay.
now that cutscene trigger that I skipped earlier is going to come into play. By hitting that cutscene trigger while you're like sort of climbing up onto that object, you get reduced gravity. And that lets you just go straight to the end trigger of the level. There's other strats if you miss that, because it is a fairly easy trick to miss. It's somewhat precise.
I'm making progress. What
And you only get one shot at it.
And Fort's not ready.
If
I
you
need to hurry
miss
up.
it, if you miss it and you accidentally trigger that cutscene,
Nick.
in order to try again, you have to save quit, which you can do. Save.
Whoa, what?
Retrying it is faster as long as
I don't know how
you
to beat it.
get the trick in the first like 3 tries. But there is a backup for it.
Where are we?
Now we're into Psychonauts. Now, casually, this is my favorite level.
You know what this crowd...
It's so pretty.
I'll find your
It's a lot of
violin.
fun. As a speedrun, it's still
I
a
thought the
very good
inside
level.
of an eyeball would be...
What's that, a new friend?
For different reasons, the movement here is just kind of very nice. There's one kind of annoying point later in the level.
Is this all the colors there are?
It's just
I'm starting to remember that
there's like a cycle-based skip, and
Well,
it's
you rode on
kind of
it, so I
irritating
guess it's a bus.
if you get there at a bad cycle. But other than that,
I
it's
see the violin! Hey, what are you doing?
this level just is great.
That's right. Oh, I hope this goes better than last time.
Shoutouts to Time Walk
Nice and quiet again.
for
How nice.
finding that this skip was possible with the level up
It's all
double
so
jump,
beautiful.
and also for a bunch of other glitch finding and stuff like that in this game. He has been the one who found a lot of different glitches and also like
Once we get these
setups for
light ticklers.
skips.
Whoa,
He was the person
think
who
that
found
statue's big enough?
prop flying, he was the
well,
person
you
who
need a
found
big ego
love
in the
hopping,
front of the band, am I right?
I believe, and he was the person who found fast floating. So like basically all of the major
I'll bet these are the
movement
good
tech that we
idea.
use
Let's look
is
here.
stuff that Time Walk found. A little bit of awkward movement there. It happens. This game is very input intense.
You guys let me take a look.
But
Oh,
yeah,
taste.
this
What are these made of? I have
this
to
level,
admit,
like
I'm a
this
little
section,
afraid of
is
this
just really nice.
Why? Because of all the tongues and boogers?
It's
That's
very
all just
smooth
part of being in a
movement.
band, man.
Everything kind of just works. There, normally you make it straight to that. You make it straight to that trampoline. I don't know why I didn't, but I was able to save it, so it's a huge deal.
Let's go
and
somewhere
here,
else.
Everybody, back in the van.
the campground movement is also nice.
Well, promoter's not gonna like that. They might have. Good idea. Let's look here.
Yeah, getting up to what is it,
I've heard
audio
about
and
music
Dr. Touch
festivals like this. This one is
is
surprising.
very smooth movement. But then we're coming on that
always do.
that I was talking about earlier. It's a
Let me
big
take a look.
fight
Sounds
skip.
good to me.
Hey, I love what they've done with the place.
Okay,
So
let's get those
here,
instruments
just
and
climbing.
get out.
If I know Audie, this is gonna sound awesome. Oh, and Dr. Touch is good too.
And here
I
is
just remembered
that
something I need to do.
skip.
That
I
looked
have to
painful. But
just
take it from
wait
me, feeling bad is
for-
better than feeling nothing.
specifically those like round objects to be in position for me to jump in the end. You cannot do it off of the triangular ones. They have a big invisible wall at the top of them for some reason that extends like
So, Maligula used to be...
enough up
I'm learning
to
a lot.
Yeah, me too.
bounce you in a strange direction. Don't know why,
My body's
but it works
gonna
just fine with the round
I'm
ones.
starting to enjoy it. Oh, I can't. Memories, my... The audience loved it. Do it again! One last curtain call and the show's over.
So now that we have helped the Psy King, who's actually Helmet Fullbeard, who's one of the original
Excuse me.
Psychic Six,
Would you mind if I...
we're able to get in to see the last crawler. And this level is another one that I am not very good at. It is such a cool skip. It is one of those skips that I was really excited about being able to do again. By not doing it offline. So first I need to make sure I get over here and hit the trigger, and that starts this stamp. And then by jumping on the stamp and using Pouncy Ball, I'm able to get launched up there. And now I'm going to make the same mistake like 4 times in a row because I'm not very good. I'm joking. This is a knowledge issue. Now that I know, I don't have to worry about making this mistake again. Turns out you cannot get a wall kick off of like the part of those letters that face outwards. I didn't know that before. Now I do. Okay, and then another level hop double jump to go over here. Oh right, this is like the only use of that kind of what I use. That's another piece of tech that Time Walk found is by tapping the float button immediately after you jump,
Okay.
you get a little bit of extra height, and I'm able to do that in order to get high enough to get all walls.
I think I know who Ford would like to address this
On that section, and actually get up to the top and get to the one required trigger. Actually, I don't even know if it's a required trigger. It's the only way to get up to the letter. Wait, no. No, it is. It is a required trigger. Because even in prop black categories, you go there. You have to go into that area and hit the trigger for the letter at the bottom. And then this is Tomb of the Sarcophagus. There's another decently sized skip here. Normally you would just have to slow fall all the way to the bottom here. But instead, by going in here, we get normal gravity back. And I messed this up a few times. It's a fairly precise jump. I'm trying to land on like a very specific position that lets me stand on here and then get around the little bit of collision to get fully out of bounds, land on top of there, and then jump out of bounds here to hit the trigger from the outside. That way I don't have to wait for the slow fall all the way down. And
I put her in the astral, but I knew the world would never.
now we're kind of into the mid to late game. We're going to be going to a new hub world.
The Psychonauts.
Movement here is pretty good. It's
Agent
not
Chloe?
as
I hope I didn't lose
exciting
it in
as
the wood.
the quarry movement, but it's pretty solid. If it's done well, it's very flowy. I think I have just okay movement here. Yeah, it's fine. That part is pretty hard to actually go fast in, because your love hop gives you a lot of speed and it can be kind of tough to control it. And so it's possible to, very possible to like just get launched off of that bridge. Kind of same there, like it's very easy to fall off of that leaf, especially with the way the leaf moves around. It makes controlling Raz on the lactation ball a little bit less consistent. Alright, now we're into Tia's bottle.
This bottle
So this is
promising and ominous.
This is like the one section that has changed kind of the most from like
It's time for my recital.
the path floating has changed a lot. The game is kind of all over the place, but this is a section that is less broken, sort of, than it used to be. It's broken in a different way. So early in the game's lifespan, there was a glitch called water
I'm
immunity,
tempted to just let you get
where
hurt.
if you hit a cutscene at the same time that
What's that sound?
you were getting grabbed by water, it would make you just immune to, like you would just ignore water and also any void zones after that. So you could just
plants look so sick?
go, you could just go in the water and go straight to the end here. That's not possible anymore. It was patched for good reason. It was easy to break a casual burger with it, but this out of bounds here is new. So that abuses. They made very heavy use of portals in this level and in the game in general. And the seam of the portal isn't perfect. And so by jumping in a very specific way into it, I'm able to kind of get a wall slide on the seam of the portal and then jump up out of bounds using that.
If I can find the cause of this
and
bad
then
habit,
I jump
I can get rid of
into the other thing that this level does is it's very Super Mario Galaxy kind of thing, where it's like planets that all have gravity, so it's like round worlds that have their own gravity, but that means there's got to be different gravity in different places, and because of the portals, that things aren't the way they look. So even if two places look like they're connected to each other, they may not be, and so they may have completely different gravity. So I jump into an area that has different gravity, and then I'm able to
Well, anyway, thank you. This is where I get off. Thanks for
store or I guess protect the speed from falling through that different gravity area by holding Side Blast and use it to get above a really, really high invisible wall to go straight to the end of the area. And doing that saves about 6 to 8 seconds versus going through normally.
Come on, killer.
It is reasonably challenging, but I have good setups for it. And same with this fight. There's a very specific setup for that fight. Like where I go and where I look is very intentional, because it causes a bad idea. Wait, no. Dude, what are they called?
Careful, slippery stuff here. They really ought to put down some yellow cones.
No, yeah, they
here.
are bad ideas. I'm realizing I don't remember what the little dog.
Suppose you have any golf shoes on you?
Whatever.
Some with cleats.
It causes a bad idea to spawn inside of the water.
Careful.
And instantly
I
die.
think one of these tiles.
Which is good because those enemies
Did I hear
are
a
very,
crack?
very slow to
Watch your step.
interact with.
Fourth floor, men's apparel
They
and
are
shape.
completely immune to everything
Or
until they
headed
decide
down
to do
the
a
boss's
specific
office.
task.
You can't fight it.
And then you have to clairvoyance them while they're doing the attack, and then find their heart to free it. And like while you're doing that, you're not able to like fight any of the other enemies. And here, Raz is getting really excited to go down this slide. He's got his arms up. He's having a good time. But yeah, that fight, I try to make use of the water there as best as I can, and so the water kills the bad idea, and I was able to get all 3 of the normal sensors with the water. One of them just kind of goes off on its own. That's just something wonky with their pathing and the geometry of the level lets them do that. And then 2 of them I was able to vent to production in. Ow. So for that fight, this fight, it doesn't really matter how
can't I use
fast you
clairvoyance
kill
on it?
all the other enemies. And as long as you can kill all of them before that bad idea does its attack that makes it vulnerable, you're doing it as fast as you possibly can.
Look, I've already given Bud.
Most of the time, so some bad ideas have multiple different spawn locations for the heart,
I appreciate you offering to carry me down the aisle.
The two that I've killed so far do not. They have completely fixed locations.
I'm fine though. Didn't feel a thing. You know what? Yeah, that's good.
Coming up to the end of Helmet's bottom here. So I lost some time in doing the sarcophagus because I failed to skip a few times, and I didn't save as much time as I was hoping to on Fellows Correspondence, but I'm still very far ahead. I'm a minute 47 ahead out of Green's bottle. I'm going to be a minute 43 ahead on Helmets. And I need to save a minute and 51 seconds to actually get the sub 130, which is really what I was hoping for. And, like, at this point, I'm pretty well into, like, I'm definitely at least starting the game, and there is some challenging stuff still left coming up, but at this point, it is very likely that I'm going to PB, and so I'm largely looking for, like, can I maintain enough of this lead and save a little bit more time to actually get the sub 130, and I'm starting to get nervous about it by this point, but it's still, there's a lot of time lost that can happen. Like, even if PB isn't guaranteed, it's very easy to, like, accidentally die somewhere in one of the fights in Fatherland Follies and lose, you know, 2.5 minutes, and then run dead. So I still definitely have to play good here.
Everything was so nice here before.
And this fight, if you aren't careful, you can end up losing a huge amount of time. So, it's really important to be very diligent about trying to get your side blasts off, because you can save yourself, I think, you can save yourself like 2 full throws of the bombs for and that's a huge amount of time. But if you end up not doing as much damage as you can, and you miss a few throws, you can end up in a position where you have no bombs left, especially if you phase the helmet portion of the fight too fast. Like, if you, like, double bomb him before he's able to shoot out more bombs, you can really put yourself in a bad spot where you don't have any bombs out to do damage with, and you still have, like, 1 or 2 bombs worth of damage left to go in the phase.
Cassie, would you mind if I...
But if you know, if you're really careful with the cycles, you actually don't need helmet to do a second set of bombs ever. And then enablers. So the fastest way to deal with enablers is to shoot them with side blasts to bait out their dodge, and then hit them with a telekinesis, and that'll stun them. And, like, you just wail on them, and they, if they ever get stunned, they basically just die instantly. But
your mind's eye.
Trying to actually time it so that they aren't able to dodge with telekinesis is hard.
spirit. What a good
So,
boy. See where this little fellow takes you. I'll meet you at
it's
the
very
end.
challenging to
And
do them
then
fast.
I'll tell you my plan for the librarian.
There, after my projection, opening the door, you saw me go into the menu and just change. I changed off of mental projection and then back on, just so that despawns your existing one, which gets them out of the way, and also it means you don't have to worry about him having to like move to wherever you need to go.
But I just can't handle your energy right now.
It was an okay fight.
Sure.
In these 2D sections, I am using dodge cancels again a lot because all of my other forms of movements that rely on like the side powers are the same, so all I have really is dodge cancels there.
Please do it quietly.
And here, trying to get it to actually target the lever that I needed to pull is a pain. It's supposed to have like try and lock you onto it, but it is not very good at that one specifically. And there I just kind of do a little bit of platforming to jump straight up to the top. And now we are at the docks.
Okay, I need 3 pieces of evidence. Better split up. Wait,
And
who am I
so
talking to?
I need to go and collect evidence, which is going to be in more of those like 2D book sections.
I think I smell some right
This
evidence
first one
nearby.
is kind of unique because there's actually 2 doors to get into. Like there's a different door that you're supposed to use to exit versus the one you enter in. But you can actually just get up to that exit door, and if you do, it puts you right next to the evidence. It saves a few seconds versus doing the
I should check out
platforming in the
the other
book.
neighborhoods for more.
That's the only one that has that side door like that. The other ones, the entrance is just... It's technically on the same page as the evidence, but it's not somewhere where you can actually get to quickly. And so after I collect the evidence, I will be... after I collect the evidence, it triggers a save, so I just go ahead and quit the title, jump back in, and it teleports me out of the book without having to back. And that saves a good chunk of time loadless, and it even saves a little bit of time RTA. And one more piece of evidence to collect here. Alright. And now I am gonna be doing my last upgrades for the run. I need the upgraded telekinesis and upgraded Psyblast, and there is a very important reason that we wait until right now to do that, and that's because there is a bug in the game, and if you, when you upgrade those, the reduced cooldown on it is doubled for the level that you actually unlock them on. And so I'm able to do way more damage than I normally would because my telekinesis and my Psyblast are coming out cooldown way faster than they should be. And that's the only way that I can actually do damage to this boss. But doing that lets me skip some of the mechanics from this boss. Like, the boss, after going up there, she's supposed to, like, dive under the ink and,
no respect for private property.
kind of shake everything and knock things off the ceiling, and then you just had to wait for her to come back up. But because I'm doing so much more damage than the game expects, I'm able to phase her before that happens. Alright, and now I am 2 minutes and 20 seconds ahead, and we're coming in up to the 3 hardest fights in the game.
I'm ready.
So, there's 1 combat in Lucretia's Lament, and there's 2 in Fatherland's Follies, and they are
Ooh, this one's pretty.
very, very especially the second fight in Fatherlands, there's even like a not insignificant risk of just dying. It's a big part of why I do grab that side hop right at the start of the run, is because it makes, like, I'll use it earlier if I need it, but like it's largely for Fatherland to make sure I don't die in either of those fights. But the circus in general it's some technical movement, but it's nothing too crazy. And same with the Yarnwork area that comes after the circus.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Well, the Yarnwork area doesn't even really have technical movement. This is all just a lot of surfing. I do a lev hop to get up to speed, and then it's just surf to the end of the area.
This would...
Alright, last little bit of surfing, and then we're into the fight. And so there's a lot of water on this map, and so I want to make sure that I am using the water as much as I can, because it one-shots enemies.
Raz, I need to stay here with Lucy. Once you reveal the lock, we'll blast it.
You! Yep.
So that's why I switched to the connection there. And especially, yeah, getting that engaged so quickly with the water is really big. And I fumbled so hard on this judge. Like, I was so close to knocking it off.
Let the record show that the defendant did not cooperate.
What felt like pixels away from knocking it off. And now this judge is taking forever because I just cannot get it off the map. The Wrecking Ball knockback is a little unpredictable. Because it's based on the angle of your levitation ball when it hits them, and the levitation ball is actually, like, the hitbox for it is actually round. It's really easy to be slightly off in your angle and throw an enemy in a direction that you never expected. Here, want to make sure all of the other enemies are dead.
Let's see what's causing this bad mood.
Oh, bad mood, right. It is bad ideas that throw bombs, it's bad moods that... Yeah.
Great job, Raz.
Before that bad mood becomes vulnerable, I want to make sure everything else is bad. That way, the one thing that I can't actually speed up, like, anything that I can actually speed up is done in time.
Lily! Raz! I need to see what's going on. I need to go in.
Fatherland's Follies, which is a lot of auto-scroller. with a few very, very talented actors.
Eat some burger here.
Yeah. More platinum. Come on! He's getting away!
Hi. Can we get a... Okay, we're all...
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm almost 2 minutes ahead. I'm on pace for 7:30, and I'm just like desperately trying to not choke. But I'm starting to get really, really nervous by now. And it is definitely like affecting my play. I'm not playing as clean as I could, but I've got these sections in the cart to kind of cool off a little bit. This run is also pretty rough on your hands. It's fairly input dense. And like, just for me, I haven't played a game that is this input dense in a long time. And even when I played Psychonauts 2 before, it really wasn't. There, like, a lot of the newer tech that was found made it more input dense than it was before.
The nation looked forward to the happy day when Bristol Malik would legally and
so,
rightfully inherit his father's throne.
Like, doing runs for too long does kind of, like, if I do 2 or 3 runs in a row, my hands are pretty shot. And so having this section at the end of the run, just put the controller down, like, kind of like shake out my hands.
Just when I thought I heard every version of this story.
Like, this run will be really, really hard to close out if we didn't have these auto-scroller sections.
But historians agree it is Tsar Theodore's biggest failure. In the end, Grulovia, the Maliks, and Maligula were betrayed by the weakness of the Tsar
That said, it is,
and the bloodlust of the Psychonauts.
it is slow, and it can also be frustrating.
That is some messed up junk.
You know, being on a good pace and then having to just, like, put your controller down, especially if you make a mistake. Like, if you make a mistake and, like, you know you're going to lose time, but the camera hasn't gotten there yet, it can kind of, like, blow up your mental if you're not careful.
Okay, did that fix the problem?
Gotta make sure you actually jump down back towards the ride there. To, like, hit the trigger for Lily to actually start this fight. And, like...
How do you know for sure?
I am, like, really trying to control the spawns as much as I can with my camera here. But once you're into the fight, it's really hard to try and do that. Because you gotta be, like, dodging. It's, like, I have gotten 2 half-mines this entire run. And then I have the 1 Psy-Pop. I don't have a whole ton of leeway here. Like, I have 1 extra brain of health compared to where I started the run. And then, other than that, it's just... This is just the exact state that I started in. And a lot of these enemies do a lot of damage.
My power comes from justice, not that little malice.
I also want to be careful, especially in this section. I want to make sure I'm killing the doubts as fast as possible, because the doubts spawn one at a time, and there are a bunch of them. So, if I'm not, like, it won't spawn the next one until the previous one is already dead. And so I want to make sure I'm cycling through those throughout the fight as fast as I can. And depending on how well I manipulate spawns with that camera, I can also, like, there are enemies that I can kill by knocking them into the pool of water there. But in this case, it didn't work out that way. Like, it's really just the judge, the enabler, and the big sensor that really is worth doing. Alright. But now, the first combat has gone pretty well. Like, it wasn't necessarily, like, crazy fast, but it wasn't bad. I think I had, like, a 528 getting back into the ride, which is kind of about what I'm looking for a reasonable pace. It's definitely possible to go faster, but, like, I'm not going to complain about 528. So now I have 2 more sections of Fogland Follies, and then I have just the final boss.
He lived in the ocean?
On his deathbed, Tsar Theodore gave young Bristol, who had suffered so much,
But it does, the difficulty does not let up here. This next section doesn't have a fight, but it has a little bit of challenging platforming, and then
She's my fake grandma!
a very hard to control trick.
Crawler and his psycho spies must have her captive.
It saves enough time to always go for it, but trying to get this trick consistently and consistently fast is brutal.
Lily, do you see any?
And there's a huge variance in how you're able to get the trick too. Like, you can get it, and
I think I want to change something.
Like, you can sometimes get the trick and
those trees
save
are ruining it.
15 seconds
I want to
less.
change something.
Probably less.
Okay, that's
probably
enough
closer to
for
like
now.
10 seconds less than the best case scenario. And here I'm flooding movement again. Getting up to there is pretty tough.
I know where I am.
I'm just not very good at it.
Lily. Hey, why the long face?
My father died too.
I am.
And here is
Depends.
the last
Well,
section of
since you-
speedballing in the run. Then we're coming up on that difficult trick I was talking about, which is hole in one. And this section of speedballing is really tough to go fast and keep controlling because the egg isn't actually crowned. And so you kind of bounce all over the place depending on what section you hit it, and I missed the trick once there. And part of the reason that I missed the trick is the egg was oriented wrong. I really want to make sure I'm hitting the egg onto this spinner with, like, the fat side of the egg down, and there I kind of got the trick. But, like, because I hit the edge there immediately, or hit the wall there immediately, I barely saved any time with it. Because it's possible to get launched all the way to there and go straight into the loading zone for the coming back.
That's right. Right through here.
I also am very careful going back into that room with the egg, because if you go into that room with too much speed, the portal breaks and you get stuck out of bounds, and then you have to quit a menu and jump back in, and you have to redo the entire X section. So I always just slow down a little bit going in through that portal. But now, I've definitely lost a few seconds failing pulling one like that. Like, I fell once and then I got a really bad bounce, and so I'm down probably 15 to 20 seconds versus my gold at this point, and I only have 14 seconds of time save on this split. So I'm, like, I know I'm losing time. It's just about how much. And there's still one more very hard fight, probably the hardest fight in the game to do fast, coming up here.
Infiltrating the Psychonauts in their filthy lair.
Yeah, this... If we had more health, and we were playing things safer, this fight is, like, totally reasonable. But we're going to be trying to do panic attack quick kills, which I should have talked about in Psykings, and I forgot. Because that's when we are first introduced to panic attacks. They're those very fast enemies, but they have one attack, or one, like, long distance attack where they throw out a bunch of projectiles, and those projectiles do damage and then light you on fire. And if you get hit by that projectile, get lit on fire, and then walk into them while you're still on fire, it does a huge amount of damage to them, like, every tick, and they basically fall over immediately. In order to do it reliably, you do need like a time slot, or time bubble. That's what it's called. Because otherwise they can jump away before they actually die. Alright. But because we're just taking those hits in order to go fast, it means like, we're at big risk of dying.
Forces in session.
Like, I used my side hop before starting this fight, and I'm already back down to 1.5 frames. And, like, I could grab healing from around the arena here, but it is not free to grab. Like, there is a risk of dying while you're trying to grab it, and the like, actual healing can sometimes spawn out of the area in that crowd that you can't run into. And also, it would take an extra, like, 3 or 4 seconds. And so instead, I just needed to make sure I dodged everything.
I found some weird stuff off the ride, and
Raz, we're chasing Crystal.
get me out of this creepy place.
And I did get hit that one time, but I knew that it wouldn't kill me, so... And that was the last point in the level that it's possible for me to take damage, realistically, so it was fun. And so now, I know I'm losing time. I don't know exactly how much at this point. But I know it's going to be a chunk.
What's happening?
Things are getting a little weird.
And so,
Weird-er. I think we're coming to the finale.
And I don't actually know how much time save I have on Maligula at this point. Like, I don't remember at that. Like, while I'm doing this, I don't didn't remember
I hear...
how much time save I had available
I've had
on
enough of
Maligula,
this.
so seeing that number go below 151 was tough, but now I see that I have 30 seconds of potential time save on Maligula. I've got a minute 45 lead. I'm so nervous. My hands are shaking, like, because I'm so close to getting the 130, sub 130.
Is Maligula doing that?
And
Of course she's
because of
doing
that,
it.
I'm playing worse here. Like,
Ew.
my movement through this entire area is bad. Like, I've now already missed the best possible cycle on this tornado. And then I missed the jump into the tornado there. And then I don't know what happened, because I hit the save for later in
I hope my family
the
is still...
area, and so I expected when I hit the tornado there to get teleported to the end, and it didn't. But, like, yeah, I was like 3 cycles late on that tornado. So that's bad. I'm now, like, concerned about whether I'm going to be able to save enough time to actually...
I was hoping not to see again.
To actually get this at 130. And I'm still nervous, and I'm flubbing my menuing. Like...
Uh-oh.
I'm not...
Trying to, like, actually get the right psi powers on is taking longer than it should. But now I'm into the fight itself. These sections on where we're just like riding the water, super chill. There's text here. Like starting the next, like the cutscene triggers for the next part of the fight are actually based on where Maligula is, and not based on like where the platform is. And so I want to make sure as we're getting close to those checkpoints that Maligula is as far forward on the platform as I possibly can.
You're a natural part of the fight or flight complex, but you're supposed to be smaller.
In that first section, I just never use time bubble, and it works out. Like she just will be in the right place if you don't use time bubble. For the other 2 sections, I want to make sure I use time bubble at specific places. Well, it's more like I want to make sure I use time bubble a specific number of times to make sure she's in the right spot. And I generally just do them close to the end because it makes it easier to like adjust, because time bubble doesn't always last the same amount of time. I don't really understand what determines how long it lasts. But yeah, sometimes your time bubble just like instantly expires, and so using it near the end makes it a lot easier to adjust based on what you actually need. And now we're in this last section. There actually isn't a the damage you do to her here doesn't matter. For the other 2 sections it did, because it carried over into the parts where you're like actually directly fighting her. But here we're just waiting. We're waiting for her to hit the last trigger for the cutscene. There.
Never underestimate the...
And I still am not actually confident that I have someone to do anything. And so I'm trying to play this like giant kaiju section as clean as I can. And there is a specific pattern that you can do. And then finally it hits and I'm like getting the 29 felt so good. And like it's like this run is not easy. It's not the hardest run I've ever done, but like it's definitely not free. And
Nona.
Like I'm looking forward to doing more with it. I think I can probably get it all the way down to a 127.
Everybody's got something like you.
It'll be
We just
really
know how to
hard.
keep it where
That
it
would be a
belongs.
crazy good run. Where like there would have to be like no big mistakes. But I think it's doable. Well, I think that's good enough for me. Yep, there's the end of the thing. Man, it's still kind of surreal to me that I got that run. But, hopefully I'll have another run to post soon. We'll see.